I bought this ice cream for this video, but I already ate a little bit earlier this week because ice cream does not last long in my house. Oh my god! Oh my god! I just want chocolate all over me. Oh no, I licked it off and I have chocolate all over my tongue. You know what? I'm just gonna have chocolate on my shirt. And now I've drawn like more attention to it by getting it wet. Here, I'm just gonna put my leg in front of it like that. You don't even know I have a huge ice cream stain now. Anyway, hi! How are you guys? I wanted to do kind of like a mukbang style video. I hope I said that right. I'm here with two of my best friends, Ben and Jerry. This is chocolate fudge brownie, non-dairy Ben and Jerry's. This is actually the first vegan Ben and Jerry's I've ever had. Usually I buy So Delicious because this is really expensive, but oh my god, it's really good. Today I really wanted to talk about food and guilt and why the two are often conflated and how to change your perception of food so that those two things never intertwine in your brain again. Obviously, we're not going to solve the world's food guilt problems today, but I definitely think it's something that we should talk about. So I mentioned this before, like a few videos ago, but I just want to say it again because I think it's so important to just constantly repeat. By the way, I know I'm going to have chocolate all over my face this whole video because, as I've also mentioned before, I'm a very messy eater. Oh my god! Anyway, food is food. It is not good or bad. Food is inherently a neutral matter, and only we assign these moralities to it. Whether or not a person has an eating disorder or not has nothing to do with food itself and everything to do with a person's perception of the food. It's a mental disorder. But when it comes to food and guilt, more than just people who suffer from eating disorders deal with food guilt. It's a, unfortunately, extremely common problem. It's the problem of feeling bad for the simple and necessary act of eating. Why do we do this? I don't have all the answers. I'm not a scientist. Not even a food person, like a, what's it called? Nutritionist. But here's my take. Our thin-centric, body-obsessive, over-advertised, and hyper-aware culture has pounded the idea into our heads that some foods are bad while some foods are good. And all of these decisions about what foods are bad or good are based on somebody else's perception of nutritional science. I mean, okay, sure. From the outside, it seems really obvious that broccoli is better for you than like a donut. But that's not always true. I mean, it really just depends on your perception of food. For instance, when you're recovering from an eating disorder, let me tell you, that donut is way, way fucking better for you than a broccoli because of your health background and what you're trying to achieve. What I'm saying is that health looks different for everybody, and it's a totally subjective topic. Like, honestly, do you know what's so crazy to me? Is that so many people get really defensive about their diets or whatever for health reasons. Like, I'll go to bat on veganism, but nothing to do with health and everything to do with, you know, animal rights and environmentalism. But like, people will go to fucking bat for their fucking keto, their paleo, their, why are those always the only two? They're Weight Watchers, they're South Beach, they're whatever the fuck they're on. But isn't it crazy that all of these diets are based in totally different concepts? Some are eating mostly fat is gonna cure your whatever. Eating mostly carbs is gonna cure your whatever. No oil, all oil. Don't eat till 2. Only raw till 4. Only eat liquefied foods. Don't cook any of your foods. Only cook your foods. No beans, no soy, no blah, 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 blah. There's millions of different diets, and everyone will, there is someone in this world that will completely fucking defend to the end of the day the reason that their diet is the best diet. But like, who knows which one is actually right? The honest thing is that maybe none of them are. That's what I always think. It's like, what makes your diet right? Every diet has science behind it. So you can throw your science at me all you want, and sure, it will make sense, but let me tell you, and you can watch my videos, I'll throw science at you as to why fucking a diet of donuts makes the most sense. And by the way, there was that guy that lost weight eating like only pizza or Twinkies or something like that, right? What I'm saying is that you can't label foods as good or bad because nobody has even fucking agreed what good and bad means across the spectrum. It's all fucking subjective. Food is just food, and whatever and however you want to eat is fine. But the more our culture continues to dictate what and why some foods belong in a good column and some foods belong in a bad column, all of us are just out here trying to sift through these messages and figure out how we're supposed to interpret them. And that seems to always lead to this stupid fucking food guilt. Well, when we're told a food is bad, we try and avoid it. And do you know what the interesting psychological thing that happens when you try and avoid something? Your fucking inner child, your mammalian brain, it wants it like a toddler. And the more you try and avoid it, the more it starts to crave it. And then you just can't help it and you give into it. And maybe you even binge. Because god damn it, you want it so bad. And then after you eat the delicious, amazing, wonderful, good for you ice cream, you're left with food guilt. But you shouldn't feel guilty for eating something you want. And you shouldn't be brought all the way to this point where eating it feels like a secret, eating it feels like something bad, something naughty, something you're not supposed to do. The more you put something in the bad column of your brain, the more you're gonna crave it and the worse you're gonna feel when you can't help but give into it. Because guess what? We're all fucking human. I mean, unless you're like a lizard person watching this, and then in which case, that's fucking cool. So, that's food guilt. But how do you stop that? How do you avoid this? How do you just eat your fucking piece of cake for your friend's birthday without feeling like you need to run a few laps later about it? Or how do you just fucking have a cookie after dinner like a regular ass person who loves dessert without having to feel like it's a secret or it's shameful? I have brownies stuck to my teeth. Damn, these pints go quick, I'm almost done. Well, like the first step to any other problem in this world, first you must acknowledge it and recognize it as totally fucked up and so fucking inconsequential. Like, you already know there are way better things that can be taking up space in your brain. The second step is to honor your hunger in a way that is truly honest. And this is also the first step to intuitive eating. But like, so many diets out there will be like, if you're craving something salty, then you're really low on this fucking chemical. So instead of grabbing potato chips, you should grab a celery stick. Obviously I just made that up, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And it's so bullshit because dude, if you're fucking craving potato chips, just eat the potato chips. I promise you, eating a celery stick is not gonna quell a potato chip craving. And if you just eat what your body is telling you it wants when it wants, then you don't like grow these cravings on the, like, just continuously until it's like fucking one night you're just like, fuck it, and you eat a whole bag of potato chips. You'll never get to that point because you'll never have to tell yourself that potato chips are bad, and you'll just fucking eat them when you want them, and fuck it, it'll be done. You don't have to feel guilty about it. God, this stain is really bothering me. Oh my God. You don't have to feel guilty about it. You don't have to feel weird about it. You just eat what your body's telling you to eat, and you know, whatever, however much it wants you to eat until it's full or until it's satisfied. And then you don't have to have these crazy binges or these crazy feelings of guilt about it because you're just honoring your natural born hunger with foods that you know that you like. And in this fucking era of self-care, there is nothing more powerful than feeding your body the food that it is asking for. And there is fucking no shame if your body asks for ice cream or donuts or potato chips, because I promise you, sometimes it's also gonna ask for oatmeal or salad. I don't know if it'll ever ask for salad. My body's never asked for salad. And I think kind of going along with this, I lost count. I think I've done like 2 things, but you know, first you have to like recognize and acknowledge the problem, and then you have to honor your hunger, whatever your hunger is. And along with that, you have to remove your judgment. Kind of like what I was just saying, like if you're like, sometimes your body's gonna be craving like, you know, strawberries, and like that's fantastic. But sometimes your body's gonna be craving like Oreos, and that's fantastic too. Fucking remove judgment. You know what? You're not a lazy, you're not bad, you're not a worthless, you're not a fucking like failure of a person just because your body wants Oreos every once in a while. You know what? Oreos are motherfucking delicious, and it's totally okay to eat them. I promise you that if you just let yourself eat what you want, it'll all balance out in the end. And at first, when you first kind of start recovering, even if you don't have an eating disorder, when you first start recovering from food guilt, it can be like, oh my God, I'm finally free from these weird fucking chains in my brain that said that these certain foods were bad and off limits, and now I can eat them. And yeah, you might go a little fucking buck wild at first. That's fine. That's fine. It'll all even out eventually, because I promise you, as someone who used to eat bags and bags of potato chips a day and pints of ice cream when I was recovering, you're not gonna crave that forever. You know, you eat a certain amount of foods with high in sugar or whatever, and then you're gonna crave like some fucking lettuce. Your body will even itself out. It knows what the fuck it's doing. It's your brain that's getting in the way. So just consistently remind yourself that your perception of food may not necessarily be the right one. Honor your hunger, whatever it may be, and remove judgment from any food that you may be craving. And you will be on your step to alleviating yourself of food guilt. Mukbangs are kind of fun. This is really good though, by the way, if anyone was wondering. Chocolate fudge brownie, Ben & Jerry's, non-dairy. If you like this video, this kind of mukbang style video, I know some people don't like them because they don't like to watch people eat while they're talking. And I'm probably like the worst person because I talk with my mouth full and I don't really care. So sorry about that. If you like this video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you are new here, then please feel free to hit subscribe. My name is Rachel. This is Ladle by Ladle. I run this YouTube channel alongside my blog and my Instagram. So make sure to go check out my blog if you want to essentially read all the things I say in a way more organized and cohesive manner. And follow me on Instagram if you want nudes. Just kidding. Mostly just like gratuitous pictures of myself and food. Cause like, what else is there in this life, you know? Excuse me. But yes, this is Ladle by Ladle. We talk about eating disorder recovery, body positivity, self-love, intuitive eating, and veganism, and I'd love to have you with me. So, what are you waiting for, yo? Hit that subscribe button. Nom nom. Bye.